Guys, what's up? It's Dave, Mr. White LS1. How are you today? It is Saturday. Beautiful day. Looking good. I don't know. It's about 50 something. But I ordered some parts here. So these are the advanced adapter LS adapter plates that I use, and everything. It just keeps everything nice and simple. It raises the engine a little bit, but you can see these suckers are like 3/8. They're pretty beefy. They come with hardware, and this deal is like 70 bucks. So that's the part number right there. So basically it's got these bolts here, and they mount flush, so this mounts to the block. And then you have two locations where you can put the old school, you know, mount that goes on the engine, and that's it. And then you just bolt it right to the old stuff. So I went ahead and I ordered this, and then I ordered some inserts for the motor mount, so I'll pop those out and get these up in there. This week I did get going on this here. I put my DOM tubing through and burned it in on the front and on the back side. So when I pulled the steering box out, and I can show you that, but I posted up some pictures on the forums. But anyways, a couple of the welds are a little questionable, but I think it's good enough. So it'll hold. So you can see what came out of here. I don't know what the hell. What is this, like a big old fat old O-ring or something? Who knows? Anyways, and then I had this plate on it. Oh, sorry. Anyways, that's how that was up in there. Kind of funky looking, I don't know, a plate. I don't know, that was pretty busted. So far today, haven't done a whole lot. But what I did do, I jacked the cab up and cut down some 6-inch pieces of that square tubing I got, and I got on all four corners, just kind of chilling. That way I can change these, but I think I might leave it propped up for a little bit. What I think I'm going to do is start putting my engine and tranny and transfer case like just kind of in mock-up mode. I'll just kind of put some plates on the engine and some covers, and just so I can get it in here with the tranny and transfer case since I got my mounts. Alright guys, well I got it assembled here, and this being my iron LS1, iron 5.7 turbo 400, and the NP205 transfer case. So this ought to be a nice good combo for me, and I'm getting ready to, I'm gonna put it in. I'm trying to put it in the truck tonight. I got a couple things that I got to finish up on, and one of those being cut out my little makeshift cross members here, and that way I can wrangle this sucker in here. I've still got to install the plates and mounts and stuff on it, and I have to actually put those polyurethane inserts into those motor mounts. So a couple things to do before I can put it in. Alright, so basically to insert these, and you guys have probably done these before, I have not, but basically here's your insert, polyurethane dealio. Here's the old action here, nice and loose. All you gotta do is, there's a little rivet, I guess, right here. So it says to drill it with a 3/8 inch drill bit, 3/8 inch drill bit. Pop it apart, and then you squeeze it back together, and you use these guys. So pretty simple. So I'm gonna knock these out real quick. Alright, I got this sucker drilled out, and pretty much I used this a little bit too to help. I popped right out. You can see this sucker is L busted. Let's see here. I think both sides are the same. Looks the same, doesn't it? Top or bottom? Looks the same to me. I think that's it. I just gotta smash it together and put the zip tie in. I'll do the other one real quick. So I guess beware, but you got one side is wider than the other side, so just make sure, put it back together. I'm just doing it just like the picture, and it looks good. So throw my zip tie in there and call it good. Alright, finished product here. It's like super duper easy. Oh, that one's done. Get this other one knocked out real quick here. It was touching here, so I just took a little bite out of the corner. Oh, just a tiny bit. So now it's fitting flush. Alright, well, I'm going to try to get this sucker all bolted up and mounted in, but what I'm running into here is this truck came with these plates and these arms that mounted down to the lower, like the, I guess you call it the flywheel cover or whatnot, but the torque converter cover, I guess. But anyways, so this has this indention in it that sits in there, and what's happening here is that this doesn't sit flush, so I'm just going to end up bending something. So what I'm going to end up doing, like tomorrow, I'll just kind of cut this out, grind it out, and then maybe just weld a little piece of, just weld something over the front just to, you know, give it a little more structure, even though it's probably fine, but I'll probably just do that. That way it'll sit flush. I won't have any issues. What I end up doing, I just kind of cut it, I pounded it down a little bit, and then I ground off the edges. So now I can run a flat edge across it, and it's good. I'm just going to take and just do a little quick bead, grind it flush, and call this good. So when I do stuff like this, I just look for easy, and so that's pretty easy. Just, I don't know, I guess I could have done it another way, but that's going to work. And then I don't have to cut a bunch of other material. I got this, and it's all good. You can see inside. It didn't move much, just a little bit. I'm going to just fill it right now. So, yeah. Alright, so I just hit these suckers up real quick. Ooh, this one's still a little warm. Anyways, see, I mean, nothing too fancy, but it should work fine. So I'm gonna hit it with the grinder real quick and pop this sucker on. Try to see if I can get this heavy ass sucker up in here. Had limited time to work on it today, but enough time to allow me to get this sucker in here. Like I said, I had to do a little modification to the motor mounts. I pretty much just flattened the back of them, and then I had to notch a little bit out of this side on the bottom. But you can see here with those plates and how it puts it up, and this is pretty much exactly how it sits. I mean, obviously it's not level, you know, where it needs to be, but even up, I mean, you still got a good amount of clearance there. So I don't know why people run into issues. Now if you were to take this mount and you were to move it back here and move the engine up, then yeah, I could see you having clearance issues. So it's kind of a pain to get in there. Everything was going pretty smooth until when I got to this side over here. I just could not get that bolt lined up, and what I realized that I did was when I opened up the clamshells to fit these new polyurethane mounts, I did them both the same. So this side was actually flipped around, and so it wasn't letting it drop down far enough to get the bolt in. But now I don't know, everything looks okay. I don't know. It's alright to me. So anyways, all you really need to mount the LS1 up in an old truck is just those adapter brackets. So, and then everything else is the same. So that's why I like them. I don't like fooling around with that other stuff. I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here. But I appreciate you guys, and we'll continue on this sucker next week and get some cross members made and figure out where stuff goes, and then finish up plating this frame. So you guys take care.